In a major declaration of spiritual sovereignty, the exiled Tibetan spiritual leader, the Dalai Lama, has drawn a red line for China. Releasing a formal statement dated July 2nd, the Dalai Lama reaffirmed that only the Dalai Lama Trust will decide who succeeds him. A rattled Beijing has rejected the plan, reiterating its intent to name a puppet Dalai Lama loyal to the Communist Party. The Dalai Lama has made it clear no external power, implicitly pointing at Beijing, can interfere in this process. Only the Tibetan Buddhist community and spiritual leaders chosen by him will oversee the search, recognition, and validation of his reincarnation. If we speak of the spiritual process, the search for the next Dalai Lama begins only after the current one passes away. Senior monks and the oracle narrow down possible locations. A child believed to be the reincarnation of the Dalai Lama is tested. If confirmed by high lamas, the child is then raised in monastic training. For decades, Beijing has tried to position itself as the authority to anoint the next Dalai Lama to install a pro-China figure. It has already imposed its own Panchen Lama while detaining the one chosen by Tibetans. Now, on June 7th, my colleague Geeta Mohan spoke to Lobsang Sangay, former Prime Minister of Tibetan government in exile, on the succession of the current Dalai Lama. Listen in.
His Holiness the Dalai Lama is turning 90, Dr. Sangay, and it's an important date. We wish him all the health and life, but there's always going to be a conversation about who next and what is China going to do about it. You met him recently.
Yeah. Just 3 days ago, I had an audience, and I wished him well and live long. And he said, "Yes, I'm going to live, beyond 113." And that when he said that, I felt he has the determination, the spirit to live long, which bodes well for Tibetans, and for the whole world as well, because he is a guru and a compassion on kindness.
And in many ways, the last man standing when it comes to Tibet.
Yes, to some extent, because he does believe that Tibetan people should take forward the Tibetan movement, and then yes, he is synonymous with Tibet and the Tibetan movement, the brand, the name recognition, and all that. So we hope, we pray and we believe that he will live long. And then he's going to celebrate 90th birthday next month. And then the Chinese government is already making plans, and they have declared so Wang Huning, the number 4 leader of China, who is also the propaganda czar, inaugurated a museum on the reincarnation of Dalai Lama in Beijing, physical building with exhibition. And they are coming out with documentaries, and they have a huge, reach. CCTV, Xinhua News Agency, and CGTN, right, Chinese Government Television Network, all over the world. And so they have huge plans, and we see indications of that. So we have to counter the narrative, at least to some extent, control the narrative. But the narrative is very simple. It is for His Holiness the Dalai Lama to decide on his reincarnation, where he'll be born and when he'll be born. It's his prerogative, right?
Yeah.
Because it is Dalai Lama's reincarnation. It's his choice. So that's why in the latest book by His Holiness, Voice for the Voiceless, he clearly stated that he will be born outside of China. He'll be born in free country. So clearly his desire, it's his reincarnation, right? It's reincarnation, right? So he will be born outside. Now that way he has made his statement or preference very clear. Now the Chinese government will come with their Dalai Lama, will be recognized, endorsed by fake Panchen Lama.
Yeah,
Will endorse
they already have a
Dalai
Panchen Lama, yes.
Right? So it's a fake plus fake. It still is fake. So one wish by His Holiness Dalai Lama, right? And then facilitated by his office, Govt, will be the true one.